Welcome back to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for you today. Had a big week. I had one of the best weeks I've had like ever. Honestly, the best week I've had this year. I hit on absolutely everything. I hit on all three of my parlays. I hit on Vito Riley. Then I hit on an over. I hit on my live bets of Yard winning by decision. I just hit on everything. I hit on absolutely everything. It was one of the best weeks I've had in a long time. The best week I've had this year for sure. How did your week go, Muscles?
Before I tell you how I did, are we surprised on how well you did? This is what you do, G. This is what we do.
Everything. I live bet the Liam Smith fight to go the distance, and God dang, they should have stopped that fight, but they didn't.
I know, but I thought they were. Listen, hats off to Liam, man.
And then he got dropped with a body shot. I made the bet in the 10th round for it to go the distance.
Right.
At plus 210. And I was like, he's going to go the distance. And then he got dropped in the body. So I'm like, God dang, they're going to stop it. And then he got up and they let him continue. I was like, all right, I'm going to win this bet too.
Yeah, bring it. There you go. But yeah, no, I did good, man. I made out. So I hit my Friday locks. Who did I take? I took Sonny, and I took, who else fought Friday? Hey, what's up, Cedric?
Friday was Eric Tudor and Sonny is what you did, right? And I
did Eric Tudor, Sonny, and I also took that female. Who was it? I forgot her name.
That was Saturday, right? I didn't know nothing about
Bowman.
that fight.
Bowman. I took Bowman. Yeah. Yep. So all three of those hit. So it was a good weekend. Yes.
You had two parlays that hit, right? Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday. Yep. Both of mine hit on Friday and Saturday. So I had a good weekend too.
It was a good week. I hit that parlay. I had two parlays on Saturday that I hit, and I made a standalone bet on Vito Riley. That hit, and then I had two live bets that hit. So all in all, I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 for 6.
Oof, on fire.
Yeah.
Woo. We ain't gonna cool you down either. We're gonna get you more on fire this weekend. Big weekend for us.
It's a good week, guys. Put any questions, comments, thoughts in the super chats. Let me pay the bills first, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Head on over to patreon.com. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'm also going to put it in the ticker below. It's pinned in the chat. It's just $5 a month. It's the absolute gambling advice. The best gambling advice anywhere in the unboxing universe. It gets you the lock of the week, which I gave you guys 3. They all hit last week. It gets you Ask the Bookie anything. It gets you access to the Discord. In the Discord, we do all the live betting. We do the updated props. We get you the absolute best gambling advice, which was huge. Like I said, I hit on 2 live bets that I put in the Discord. I bet on Liam Smith to last the distance, which somehow he did. Probably shouldn't have, but he did. And Anthony Yard, I bet late enough. I was about the 8th round or so, I guess. And I got him at plus 290 by decision, which I thought was a steal. So we hit on all that, plus the 3 locks I gave you guys. And this week's the biggest fight week in boxing. It's the biggest fight week of the year. It's the best fight week of the year. So you guys want to join the Patreon now, just $5 a month. It's the absolute best gambling advice anyone in the boxing universe. Plus, we stream fights there. It's just a cool community to be a part of. After you guys do that, head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. It's a meal in your pocket. It's the world's only high-fat grass-finished beef bar that replaces a meal while on the move and stores for years. Get your travel, autonomy, and freedom back. CarnivalBar.com. It's the nutrition of a steak, the convenience of a bar. CarnivalBar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. All right, let me get to these comments here, and then we'll get started. 79 pros in the house. I like the upset for prediction for Vasquez, Gary. I think Sarase will once again drop Munguia as well. I haven't gotten to the video on Sarase yet, so I'm working on Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia right now. That's the tape I'm working on right now. I'm gonna get to that, and I'll probably do Munguia and Sarase next. There's so much tape to get into, and Muscles pointed out too. DraftKings took down the Ryan Garcia fight altogether, so I couldn't release the video on it yet. I got all the tape done. I'm going to take Garcia by side, but there was some props I wanted to go over.
Yeah.
And what's with that, Muscles?
The only thing I could think of is these bookmakers are trying to. I mean, I can't even say that though. What do they need to adjust? What lines? What props do they really need to adjust on that fight? I mean, what they had already. The opening line on the money line was good. I think that's all they really had. I don't think they had the props when they took it off, but I don't know. Maybe they may be adding the props, the knockdown props, and then re-putting things back up. Maybe
they had all the props up though. It's like they had everything. They had everything up because I like Garcia on the money line, but they had that like minus 900. I was like, nah.
That was kind of wide.
Yeah,
kind of wide.
So
but, yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is whenever they take fights down, G, I think it's because the fight's canceled or someone pulled out, and I hope that's not the case.
No. I mean, we would know if that fight got canceled, it'd be all over the news.
Hey, hold on, G. I got good news. I just checked DraftKings now. We are back up, baby. We back in business.
Got it back up. All right, I'll be able to do that video shortly. After this. I just need to record it. All right, let me get to Jin here. Jin says, "What up, gentlemen? Nice to be with you. With you guys today. I'm thinking of making a handful of parlays this weekend. What do you think of Canelo KO, Ryan KO? I like Canelo KO. A lot of people think Canelo is shot, and they're taking Canelo by points. I like Canelo KO. He's fighting Skull. He's going to knock him out.
Oh, yeah.
And Ryan by KO at minus 125. That's pretty close to even money. I like this bet a lot. I like Canelo and Ryan two-leg parlay at minus 125. Your thoughts, Muscles?
I absolutely love Ryan by stoppage. I'm not gonna mess around though with the when it's gonna happen. I just like him just by stoppage at minus 350 because it could come early. It could, you know what I'm saying? It could come mid. And I think you're getting a little dicey when you're trying to predict what round it's going to be. So I'm just going to take him straight up by stoppage at minus 350. Parlay Canelo by stoppage as well. We should be close to even money.
What up, Junior Smile? All right, I want to get into this. I want to get into the book. So just to give you guys, I'm going to do 2 shows today. I'm going to do another one at 8 o'clock Eastern time or so, roughly, in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm sorry I was a little late on this show. Me and Muscles were having some technical difficulties. That's why we started a few minutes late, but we figured it out. So I'm going to do 2 shows today, and then later today I'm going to release the video on Ryan Garcia and Rolly Ramiro, which I more like the props on that than just taking Ryan Garcia. I like Garcia by stoppage. I like some props on that. I don't love the money line. It's a little bit wide for me, but it's not a terrible parlay play. So I'm gonna do a show every day this week, and I'm gonna try to do 2 as many as I can because there's a lot to get into this week. Like this is the busiest week I can remember. So I want to try to get into everything, and anything that you guys have on your mind. I want to answer any questions, props, parlays, things like that. Let me see. Junior wants to know: are you guys more confident in Ryan Garcia by KO or Canelo by KO? The bet I like there, and I want to get into this. I'm more confident the Ryan Garcia fight ends by stoppage. Does the fight go the distance? No. That's the play right there for me. Someone's getting knocked out in that fight. I'm overwhelmingly think it's Rolly, but someone's getting knocked out in that fight. Between the two, I'm more confident in Ryan Garcia. How about you, Muscles? Who are you more confident in?
I would agree with you on that, and the reason why I say that is because Canelo's last stoppage was in 2021. He hasn't stopped anybody.
It's been a while. Yeah.
You get me? But hear me out. He got Crawford supposedly coming up. He might want to make a statement and get Skull out of there.
He's gonna. I'm confident he's gonna get Skull out. If he doesn't, there's gonna be a lot of money coming in on Crawford because you're gonna think he's washed, his power shot. Yeah, there's gonna be
yeah, for sure.
All right, let me get to this. So I already did the video on Tio and Barbosa. This to me is a very difficult fight to pick. I'm going with Barbosa on the money line at plus 180. If you don't like that, I just think Barbosa is a really difficult guy to win rounds with. he makes you fight on his terms, which he brings the fight down to a halt. Like there's almost no action in his fights. He slows you down. He disrupts you. And then he just wins rounds, right? He just does enough to win rounds. He's a very difficult guy to win rounds against. And if he gets up 4 rounds to 1, 5 rounds to 2, Teo's going to have to really start opening up and really going for it. And he's so wide open that he's easy to hit. And you can't rattle Barbosa. He's like a quarterback who just sits in the pocket and makes a read at the very last second and, you know, and converts third downs, right? Like there's nothing special about Barbosa other than his mindset and his ability to win rounds. He's a very, very hard guy to win rounds with. So Teo doesn't adapt well. Teo gets sloppy. Teo gets frustrated. He doesn't adjust in fight. Like he just does more of what's not working. I'm leaning towards Barbosa, and the plus 180 for me makes this interesting. I'm not going to parlay this, but I'm going to throw some money on Barbosa, and I'm going to throw some money on Eddie Vasquez. The bet I really like is the over 10.5. It's minus 500. This is a bet you can build your parlay around. This and the Garcia fight, not to go the distance, I like a lot as a parlay. Muscles, let me get your thoughts on that fight.
Yeah, I absolutely love. I can't pick a winner in this one here with Lopez and Barbosa because I know when Lopez is on, he's on. You know, and sometimes when Lopez is on, it's hard to win rounds against him too. So I love the over 10.5 at minus 500. I would love to parlay that with Ryan Garcia not to go the distance at minus 700. So I think if we play those two, those are pretty certain to hit.
Yeah, those are two parlays that I like a lot.
Yeah.
The knockdown, we got knockdown props. No, we don't have knockdown props.
No, the only knockdown props we got right now, G, is just Canelo and Skull. But those will probably change midweek. We'll probably get some for Ryan and Rolly.
Ryan Garcia at minus 900. It's all right to put this in your parlay. I'm confident he wins. I'm not touching the over or under because that knockout could come at any point. I think that Rolly has some chin issues that we're going to find out about. He may get knocked out quickly. He got knocked out by Tank. All right, so what? He got
Tank though.
He's been dropped a bunch of times. I think Rolly may have some chin issues, and with Ryan's left hook and speed, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
I probably like the under, but I'm going to lay off of it. I think there are better bets. Ryan Garcia by KO at minus 350, I think is a pretty good bet. And where is it? To go the distance, no, minus 700. Those are the bets for me right there. If I'm going to bet on this fight, I'm probably not betting Ryan Garcia the money line at minus 900. That's too wide for me. Garcia by KO at minus 350, I like that a lot more. And the fight not to go the distance is my favorite bet right there at minus 700. What are your thoughts?
See, I'm kind of torn though right now, G, because I'm looking at that over 6.5, priced at minus 125, and I think
it hits. I do. It's
very like it's a what's the word I want to use for this? It's a very intriguing bet, right? Because at minus 125, you look at that, you'd be like, come on, Rolly can last 7 rounds, right? But then those chin issues that he has, it kind of makes me skeptical to want to take it. You know what I'm saying? So, because he could get in there and Ryan could clip this dude at like in the 4th, 5th round. So I'm kind of torn, man. But I really like the price at minus 125, G. I'm not going to lie. I really like that.
If it was plus money, if you got plus 110 on the over, on the under there, I would take the under. At minus 125, I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze there. Like the Rocket says, take the over. Rocket thinks it goes over. It could go over.
Yeah,
it could. All right. The next fight, Haney and Ramirez.
Love Haney by decision at minus 350. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, there are it's up to 390 now, but that doesn't change much. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you're right. Minus 390. I was looking at something else. I was looking at Ryan by stoppage. Yep.
There are 3 bets here that are worth making. We'll see what props comes later in the fight. But Devin Haney on the money line minus 1,200. Again, I don't love that. It's really wide. Ramirez is a pro. I think this fight's more competitive than people think. Ramirez is good. He's not going to win, but Ramirez is good. So at minus 1,200, It's just not worth it to me. At what's almost certain to hit is the over 10.5. It's minus 750. So the odds aren't great on this, but it's going to go over 10.5 rounds. Does the fight go the distance? It certainly does. So that might be a better bet. That's at minus 475. And the other bet, that if you're going to bet Haney, we don't think Haney is stopping Ramirez, correct? No one thinks that?
No.
So don't even bother with this. Just go straight to this. Haney by decision minus 390.
Yeah. Or you could go the distance at minus 475. The one
Right. But if you want to bet, I like that better. I like, because just in case something crazy, Ramirez is not a bum. Where this is coming from, that he has no shot, and this is an easy fight for a guy that just got dog walked by Ryan Garcia. Yes, Garcia was on steroids. I get it. He still stood in front of him and got hit. Like, whether or not Garcia was on steroids was completely irrelevant to the fact that Devin Haney fought the worst possible fight he could fight by standing in front of him. He was off the front foot for a lot of that fight, which made no sense. And he kept getting nailed with the left hook. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
So everything we thought Haney was after that Prograis fight, he kind of brought into question with that Ryan Garcia fight, to be fair.
Me and the wife were actually at that fight. I remember
Yeah.
And bro, I was right there. I was sitting right there, and I said, man, he could just not for the life of him get away from that left hook, man. I was screaming at him. I'm like, come on, Deb, man, duck that left. And he wouldn't do it. I'm like, this is crazy. And I didn't expect that at all from Devin, man, because I thought he was responsible as we all.
He just stood in front of him. I was amazed. I was shocked. Yeah.
And he was winning the majority of the rounds. Devin was winning the rounds. But he just didn't know how to get away from that left hook for whatever reason. He came in with the wrong game plan. He could have made that fight so easy.
I don't want to show my hand too early, and I haven't decided what the lock of the week is yet. But you can see where I'm tipping my hand. Haney fight to go the distance, Garcia fight not to go the distance, and Tio and Barbosa over 10.5. I really like this bet, guys. It's a 3-leg parlay, minus 150. These three are going to hit, and it's minus 150. I like this a lot. I'm not saying this is my lock of the week. What I'm saying is I'm looking at this as a 3-leg parlay. That's really, really attractive. Your thoughts on this as a 3-leg parlay?
I'm blind, man. Hold on one second.
You want me to read it out to you? Over 10.5 on Lopez Barbosa. Garcia and Rolly not to go the distance. And Haney and Ramirez to go the distance.
I like that. I mean, I'm just saying, I might do something with that. I mean, you can't get that. That's a safe bet right there, G. I mean, there's a lot of props in there, but I think that's a safe bet. I might sprinkle a little something on that.
I'm not locking this up yet. I'm just putting this out there, and I don't want the odds to worsen on this. So if you're watching this and you're wondering, I want a pretty safe parlay that pays decently, I'm just putting that out there. I'm not locking this up. I'm not putting the signature on this yet. But guys,
it's in the back pocket though.
Yeah, this is something I'm looking at. So I've given you two bets. I love Barbosa. And look, if you're gonna take Barbosa, I want to go back to this real quick because I misspoke. I'm not taking Barbosa at plus 180 because he's not going to stop him. Okay, what I am taking is him to win a decision at plus 260.
And that's not Barbosa can win this fight by decision.
It's plus 260.
And it's plus
my prediction on this fight is Barbosa by decision, and it's paying plus 260. So that's not I'm not locking that up. That's not my parlay. I just love the odds on that. I love it at plus 260.
Gee, let me get your opinion on this. Do you think that fight, talking about Lopez and Barbosa, is the most, out of all the other fights, out of Ryan and Rolly, Devin and Ramirez, do you think that's the closest that can go either way?
It's a true 50-50 fight. It's true 50-50. And New York is not a place where you get a lot of hometown decisions. You haven't gotten historically bad decisions for the hometown fighter in New York. So I'm not worried about a robbery decision. It's a tough fight to pick. And like, there's only one way Barbosa can win this fight. He's not knocking Tio out, right? Like, we all agree on that. So Barbosa at plus 260. If you guys want to kind of roll the dice on a 50-50-ish kind of bet with a high upside.
And what you could do too, if you want to get creative, you can hedge Lopez by decision too.
Yeah, you could do that because that's paying plus 190, I think. What is Lopez by decision? I mean, it's minus 115. You could do that. Yeah, you can hedge both of them, play both of them. You can do that. All right. Let me get to some of these chats here. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to put any comments, questions, super chats. I will get to all of them. Super chats are always appreciated. Dude, that's my favorite bet of the week. Haney will toy with Ramirez.
Right.
You guys talk about Ramirez like he's a joke. He's no joke. I don't think Tio has to worry about Barbosa's power or speed. No, he doesn't. It's not. Look, who's the better athlete? Who's got the better God-givens? It's Tio. It's not even close. But Barbosa is a better version of Sandor Martin, who everybody thinks beat Teofimo Lopez.
Good point. Real good point, G.
That's a big could for Ryan over 6.5. The Ryan fight, I'm torn on the 6.5.
I mean, 10, but the 6th?
Rocky says just no distance on Ryan Rolly. Yeah. That's a great bet. Yeah. He by KO, he's off the juice now. Why is he gonna win?
That's backwards.
But Haney's not fighting Garcia.
That would make him weak.
No, I think he's talking about Haney Garcia, but Haney's not Haney and Ryan. Haney's not. He's saying that Haney's gonna knock out Ryan because Ryan's not on the juice now. I think that's what he's saying.
Got you.
But he's not fighting Ryan Garcia. He's fighting JC Ramirez.
Yeah.
I don't think Haney's knocking out Ramirez. Going back to Ryan Rolly fight, if Ryan comes out like he did with Devin and clips Rolly with the left hook in the first round fight,
that's why I don't want to.
That's why I'm staying away from it. Yeah, I agree with you, Jin. It could happen in the first round. It could happen in the 9th round. That's why I'm just kind of staying away from the over-under. Take Ryan by stoppage if you want. Take the fight not to go the distance. Anything like that is fine. I don't think it's competitive. I see a 12-0 easy fight for Haney. Okay, great. Then Haney wins by decision, and Haney and we hit the over. Ramirez struggles to close the distance with Josh Taylor, who is flat-footed, and he couldn't hit Barbosa either. That's fair. Ramirez won 5 rounds in that fight. It was a close fight that Taylor won. I mean, Taylor clearly won, and that was a couple of years ago, but Ramirez was very competitive in that fight. You're right, though. He did struggle to track Taylor down. Let's get a low minus 170 parlay. I just gave you a minus 150 parlay. Rocket, I gave you Haney to go the distance.
Yeah, minus 150. Gary just gave it to it's not Rocket. A nice one.
Haney to go the distance. Ryan Garcia not to go the distance. And then the over on Lopez and Tio. Minus 150. All right, let me get to this one. Haney about to smoke. I think he's going to win. I definitely think he's going to win. I just don't think it's going to be a one-sided beatdown. Like, did we see Ramirez? Did we see Haney against Ryan? Does that not matter? Like, the fact that he stood in front of him and got hit with left hook after left hook. And I understand Ryan Garcia is infinitely faster than Ramirez. Ramirez is a pro who knows how to fight. Like, Ramirez doesn't get smoked 12-0 by anybody. Like Ramirez is better than you guys are giving him credit for. Although I think Haney's definitely going to win. Ramirez is going to be a punch. All right, I stand alone on this. All right. Haney will have a shot at a late KO if he wants to. All right. He at no point ever, he had the knockdown that was early with Prograis. That was his signature performance. That was the best performance of his career given the opposition. At any point, did you think Prograis was in danger of being stopped in that fight? That's my point.
Gee,
that's my point. Yeah.
I really think that this performance that Haney's about to put on versus Ramirez be kind of similar to that Prograis fight. Because you got to understand, I think Haney went back to the drawing board with Bill, worked in the gym, worked on a lot of things that they didn't do on the Garcia fight, and we're gonna see a very new, improved Haney, and he's gonna wow us. I think he's gonna put on a dominant performance. I do.
I think he's gonna win, and let's say it's 9-3, 8-4, something like that. It's gonna be competitive. Like, I mean, all right, I'll get to the tape. I got to go back and watch Ramirez's most recent fights. I just think like the narrative on Ramirez is bordering disrespectful. Like a former unified 140-pound world champ, like not that long ago. Like I don't think he's going to win. I agree with you. Haney by decision is the obvious bet. If you ask me to place a bet, Haney by decision. I'm probably going to bet money that Haney wins by decision.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that Ramirez makes this fight closer at minus 1,200. It's not worth it. That's all.
Yeah, he's definitely not a pushover. That's for sure. He's not a pushover. He's going to come to fight.
Let me get down to some of these. All right. I just don't think Barboza can handle anyone with speed or athletic prowess. He beat Ramirez, who is flat-footed, and Catterall, who refuses to throw combinations. Yeah, no, it's fair to say he doesn't have a comp, right? Like we talked about comparable fights, and I went through Barboza's entire resume. There's no speedster in it, so that's fair. How does Teofimo Lopez, outside of the Lomachenko fight 5 years ago, and Lomachenko is 5'1" and short arms. He's a midget with short arms, and he's 5'1" with a negative wingspan. Okay, outside of that, how does Teo do with guys with really good jabs? Not good. Not good. Sandor Martin and Georgia Cambosa both beat him. Not good. And Barboza is better than both those guys I just named. The weekend should be easy money. What's up, Muscles? What up, Rocket?
What up, Rocket? My guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made this week. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of bets because there's a lot to get into. Just a quick question. 3 fights ago, do you think Barboza beat Sean McComb? I think Barboza lost and got a gift. I didn't score it. At the time, I didn't think it was a robbery, but that's a good question, Top Notch. I watched that fight in preparation when I was doing my film, but I didn't score it. It was close. I wouldn't say it was a robbery. If you scored it from McComb, it was probably reasonable.
I scored it from McComb that fight.
Do you think Teofimo Lopez got a gift decision with Sandor Martin?
I think they both did.
And who was the other one? Nakatalia, right? He got a gift decision in that fight too.
Oh, Nakatalia, right? Yeah.
What? Who are you convincing about Barboza? If you like it, stand on. I'm standing. I'm going to bet my money, not a lot, on a standalone bet, but it pays plus 260. I'm going to bet Barboza by decision. What up, Ed? It's all right, man. We good. We're gonna make a lot of money this week. I would agree it was a great fight. I just think it was way harder to close the distance with. I agree. It's way harder to close the distance on Haney than it is Taylor. Now Taylor's long, so he's got that going for him. But yeah, I agree. Haney is coming off a devastating loss though, and he will be coming back better than ever, in my opinion. Then he'll win. And look, honestly, if he fights the same way he fought against Ryan Garcia, he could lose. That was really, really bad. That was really bad. No one gave Ryan Garcia a chance to win that fight. Nobody. I got Haney decision too. Haney decision is an obvious bet. All right. I'm gonna be live again tonight, so if I don't, I'm not gonna get to all these fights. I don't think Ramirez gets stopped. He stopped his nails exactly, and I think he'll get beat up. All right, just like Liam Smith, as long as he goes over, baby. As long as he goes over, he took a beating he should have never taken. He'll probably never be the same after that. But I made $1,200 on that. Let's go.
Yeah, talk to him, G. Yeah.
Ramirez is an Olympian with a good pedigree. I agree. I think Ramirez is being disrespected here. Devin came in heavy on that program fight. Go back and look how much bigger he was. That was the best performance of his career. If Tio never fought Kambosos, Tio would be minus 450 against Ramirez.
Oh, that's a good point.
And I would still take Barbosa based off the Sandor Martin fight. I would still take Barbosa. Tio doesn't do well with guys who hit and move. Barbosa isn't going to box. I think he's coming. You think Barbosa is going to brawl with him? Barbosa throws 8 punches around and 7 of them were jabs. And the other he lands with a right hand and wins the round. Like, I don't. Tio, and go back, watch the McComb fight, watch the Catterall fight. Tell me that you still think he's coming to brawl.
I mean, Tio said himself this is going to be his most difficult fight, like he said at the end. And there's a reason why he's saying that. Barbosa's nice, man. Barbosa, that's why I can't pick a winner, man. This is a true pick'em fight right here.
Rando says, N says, Rando, he came in at 65. Did Tio come in I was at that fight. Did Haney come in at 65?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's Eddie Vasquez, when he fought Raymond Ford at 126, came in at 152.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That's everyone's like, when he fought Cordina, he's too small for him. Like, no, he's not. I got the inside information on that. No, he's not. He struggled with Sandor Martin and Ortiz too. I just think they are way more athletic. They are more athletic. That's fair. Barbosa, it's hard to explain what makes Barbosa good. The only way that I can put it is he makes you fight at his pace. All right. Okay. Jalen Brunson, what makes him a good basketball player? He slows the game down, makes you play slow, and then scores on you. That's a boxing equivalent to what Barbosa does. He's not the best athlete. He's not the biggest hitter. He's none of it. He doesn't check any of these great boxes, right? He makes you fight his fight. He grinds it down to a halt. He keeps you at range where you're either going to swing and miss, and he's going to hit you with a right hand, or he's just going to out jab you, score with 2 right hands, and win the round. You're not going to be hurt. You're not going to be in trouble. You're going to say, what the hell happened? I'm down 5-1. Your corner screaming at you. You got to pick it up. You got to cut loose. And when you do cut loose, he smothers you, right? Like, he's just a difficult guy to win rounds with. I don't think he's the greatest thing ever. He's just very, very hard to win rounds with, right? It's the same thing why I say Larry Holmes is the best heavyweight champion of all time. You can't beat him. Ali, much better athlete. Joe Louis, much bigger hitter. Larry Holmes was up 8-0 on you, and the fight's just starting. And
some people just know how to win, man.
He just knows how to win rounds.
Yeah.
Amir Khan was another one of those guys. The only problem with Khan was Khan had great hands.
He had something chin.
Yeah. Once you did hit him, it was over.
It's over. It's like last.
I am taking Haney to win the fight. Moving. I'm putting respect on his name. I'm just saying, put some respect on Ramirez's name too. Haney decision, unless Ramirez surprised. Ramirez ain't stopping him. It's Haney by decision. Ramirez can't win enough rounds, and Ramirez isn't going to stop him. So Haney by decision. A lot of people think McComb won against Barbosa. I don't. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Junior. It says you and Muscles make a quality team. I appreciate that. Hey,
Dream team, baby.
Is in the house. What a legend in the chat. Got a strong feeling Barbosa upsets Tio. And Haney wins by stoppage. See, I was with you before the comma.
Yeah.
After the comma, you went a little astray there, Rye. I think Vegas is betting sneaky with Tio at minus 260. Moneyline surprise odds are so close. Robbery upcoming. Maybe. It's just, I mean, there hasn't been a bunch of horrible decisions in New York City. I know the knockdown in the Tank Davis fight. Okay, fine. But that wasn't the judges. That was just a blown call by the referee, which made no sense. One judge had it 98-92 Sean McComb favor. A lot of people said that was 98-92. No one won that fight. I didn't score it when I watched it. No one won that fight 98-92. That was a 95-95, 96-94 type of fight. No one won that 98-92.
No.
It was the worst robbery I'd ever seen. Do you remember it like that? I just watched it. I didn't see it like. If you think McComb won, okay, fine. I'm with that. It was the worst robbery. It was worse than Eddie Vasquez and Raymond Ford.
Yeah, I don't know about this mantle. I mean, I can.
It was worse than Osaki Foster. It was worse than that.
Nah, nothing was worse than that.
I was saying, like, it was that bad. You guys think it was that bad? Have a feeling Tio 8-4 and judges. So take Tio on the take the over. Take it to go the distance. We all
That's
agree
what
on
I'm
that.
saying. Just take the over. Minimize risk, guys. Take the over. Don't pick a winner.
If you think there's a 40% chance that Barbosa wins, it might be worth it for you and to bet on Barbosa by decision. It's paying plus 260, right? Like if you're gonna like basically flip a coin, and I said it's gonna land 40% of the times on tails, but if it lands on tails, you get paid out 2.5 times. You're gonna make that bet, right? That's what you're looking at, right? Yeah. Like. If you truly think it's 60-40, if they fought 10 times, you think Barbosa wins 4 of them, bet on them. Yeah. Just be prepared to lose, right? But statistically, that's going to work out in your favor. Yeah. I should have read the rest of his comment. Yes, that benefits Barbosa. Forster Robinson may have been that was the fight I was thinking. Forster and Robeson, Conceição. That was the fight I was thinking. Go watch Aristide Lara and Canelo and Aristide Lara and Paul Williams. You'll see some robberies there.
Yeah.
Canelo fighting the same weekend. Yep, Canelo's fighting. It's the whole weekend. I gotta wrap this up in a minute.
Yeah.
I like Canelo by stoppage. I haven't gotten to the tape yet. Probably gonna be the last one I do because it's the least interesting of the big fights to me. But Canelo and Skull, I like Canelo by stoppage. The Tank versus Rose fight was rigged. That's why they didn't call the knockdown. A lot of people think that. I have no explanation on why they didn't call the knockdown. Muscles. Any thoughts on why they didn't call that knockdown?
On who?
On Tank and Roach.
Man, listen. That's like Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan used to play in the 80s, 90s. You follow him, the refs ain't calling that. I mean, that's special treatment. That's the only thing I could think of. Tank Davis is fighting one of the biggest money makers aside of Canelo. Things are gonna go his way.
Chinchilla says howdy. Howdy, y'all. I think he's making fun of me, but that's cool. Howdy, y'all. When you're betting on sports, it's keep it simple. It's best to keep it simple. I agree.
100%. Oh yeah, agree with that 100%.
Whoever Badu Jack is fighting, never heard of him, but the guy, whoever he became the favorite. Yeah, Badu Jack is 41 and not a cruiserweight, which is why people are going to bet against him. I haven't gotten to the tape yet. I'm going to try to get to Badu Jack, but I'm going to be honest, it's not on my list of priorities to get to Badu Jack's fight. Yeah. But I will try to get. I got a lot to get into, guys. Ryan KO, Tio Barbosa over. I can't tell you about the UFC fight. So Ryan KO, okay, I like it. Tio Barbosa over. Yeah, outside of the UFC thing, I can't. But yeah, the two boxing bets I like. If I bet on the favorite and the underdog wins on point, obviously I'm begging for the robbery to save my parlays. Look, you have to factor in hometown decisions. You have to factor in robberies, right? You have to.
That's mandatory.
Everyone smash the like button. Good idea, Top Notch. I like that. All right. The last thing I wanted to talk to was the video I dropped last night. I thought I was going to get some hate on this, and I really haven't. Espinosa and Vasquez. I like Vasquez. I like at plus 550 to me. This is like when I picked Barrios to beat Ugas, and everyone told me I was crazy. Like, I don't think I'm crazy. Now, in full disclosure, Vasquez and Ramon Cardenas are two of my really good friends in boxing. I'm very close with both of them. If you go to my Texas Boxing Scene page, you'll see a ton of interviews with both of them. I'm very close with both of them in their camps. I'm not picking Cardenas to win. I'm not picking Vasquez to win.
I was gonna say, okay.
Yeah, I'm not picking Cardenas
Make
to
that
win.
clear.
I'm picking Vasquez to win. Vasquez, I just want to put this out there. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I'm gonna let Muscles give his thought. Vasquez clearly beat Raymond Ford. He also beat Cordina, if we're being 100%. Now, that Cordina fight was much, much closer. It could go either way. Go watch that fight. Vasquez wins that fight. If he has those two wins that he deserves, if he would have gotten the decisions in both the fights that he deserved over Ford and over Cordina, would he be a betting favorite in this fight?
Damn, that's a good question. Yo, that's a good point. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. That's a good point. Shit, you had me kind of rethinking my prediction because I was going for. Oh man, that's a good point. I just think he's just too long, man. And he can hit, and he can fight inside the pocket.
I don't want to interrupt. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
That's a good point. But what I'm saying is, I just feel like, man, this is a tough one because you're right. Those are some good wins against Cordina and Ford. But is Ford and Cordina, what's his name? Is he Ramirez? You got to ask yourself that.
If either one of those guys, Ford, Espinosa.
I mean, Espinosa, my bad. I said Ramirez, my bad.
Yeah, if either one of those guys fought Espinosa, they would both be favorites. If Raymond Ford fought Espinosa next at 126 or 130, Espinosa would be.
I don't know about Cordina, but Ford, I definitely agree with that.
Eddie Vasquez dog walked Raymond Ford for 10 rounds. Dog walked him.
Yeah,
made him his bitch for 10 rounds.
You're right. He did.
It was the worst decision I've ever seen in my life. Eddie Hearn, his promoter, said, I got to go back and tell my fighter he lost. That's an uncomfortable conversation to have, right? All right, I got to wrap this up, guys. I'll be back tonight, though, in a few hours. Any closing thoughts, Muscles, and tell them where they can find you?
You can get me at Moneymaker Muscle on Instagram, and you can get me on Facebook at Carlos Sayer Brown. Those are the main two social media platforms that I use. And I'll probably hop back on with you tonight, G, man. I'm trying to get active with you, man, so we can make this money this weekend.
Sounds good, my man. It is April 28th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless. Oh, let me get this last one real quick. No, I agree with everything you said. I think Vasquez can make us some good money. I'm throwing some money on him. I'm going to take the over on it, too, by the way, that probably ever drops. Vasquez, money line, Haney by decision, Teal over 10.5. Bacoli. Plus 1,200. I don't hate it. It's probably not going to hit, all right? But, I mean, for plus 1,200, I like it. Yeah. All right, y'all.
My brother. I'll see you tonight, fam.
Be good.
All right, bro. You too.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.